Hey guys, this is Giving Up 96 here. I was recently, maybe a couple weeks ago, put into a list of videos. Toddy Walnuts tagged me in a top 15 horror movies of the last 15 years, which I've seen making its way through the horror videos as of late, and looks like it's my turn, so I've picked out my top 15, and these are in really no specific order except the last two. Yeah, last two. The rest kind of are all together. So first I want to talk about the 2013 Evil Dead. This is, just making sure, this is the only remake slash sequel on the remake slash reboot on the list, and I absolutely adore this film. I felt that it stuck very well to the integrity of the originals, and definitely was a great slasher horror flick. So definitely in my top 15. Definitely highly recommend this. Next here is the just want to make sure I have the year. I think this is 2013 or 2014 Japanese kung fu vampire flick, rigor mortis. It's about this guy who's depressed and wants to commit suicide. Goes into this house that apartment building that has strange going-ons, and just basically has to fight with the other tenants. Very good. I highly recommend this one. It's cool, like kung fu flick with vampires, so vampire slash ghosts. I highly recommend checking this out. Has some decent gore. Next in this list is the director from Blair Witch Project did this, and I'm a big fan of like Bigfoot flicks, so Exist definitely is on my list of top films from the last 15 years. I felt this is really cool. If you're into the found footage flicks, especially ones about Bigfoot, check this out. It's really good. Next, as we keep going, fourth movie? Yeah, fourth movie. The Babadook. Great horror flick from this year. Sorry about my light back there. I guess I could have took it off, but I wasn't paying attention. So, like I was saying, got the Babadook here. Great horror flick about post-traumatic stress syndrome. Highly recommend checking this one out. Next is, well, you're next. As far as home invasion films go, I'm not the biggest fan, but I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed it much more than The Strangers, but a lot of people love The Strangers, so what can I say? To me, this movie was excellent, and I highly recommend it. Next flick is the haunted house flick. Well, haunted house slash creepy monster flick. Sinister. Thought it was really cool about these mysterious murders that happen, and the reasoning behind it. This one's really good. Stars Ethan Hawke. I'm a big fan of Ethan Hawke, so could be another reason I enjoyed this film. Highly recommend this one. To me, it was really, really good. Really fun flick. Next here, film from last year, Wolfcap. Horror comedy. I'm a huge fan of horror comedy, and I consider that enough horror. This is a Canadian film about a cop that becomes a werewolf. There's not much more you really need to know. Check it out. Going on with the werewolf genre. Next up is Late Phases. About I love this cover, by the way. I think it's awesome looking. But a man who is a war vet who's blind, who moves into a gated community, and a werewolf tries to kill him. Well, kill the residents. It's kind of cool. Check it out. This one has a really good story, really, really good acting from Nick D'Amici. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but what else? Highly recommend checking this one out. Next, another found footage flick. This is Houses October Built. Really cool film about haunted attractions. If you're big into haunted attractions and love going to them every Halloween, this is a movie you might dig. It's about this group of friends who want to find the next big scare, and it finds them. Right. Keep going on. This is the found footage film that made me a fan of found footage films. This is 2008's J.J. Abrams produced and came up with the idea, his monster movie, and that is Cloverfield. I remember when the trailers first came out about this, and it was just something throwing the Statue of Liberty's head. I was just about to graduate high school, and that was the coolest thing that I've seen in a movie in a long, long time. And to me, that just definitely just stuck out, and I love this film. I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans, but to each their own. To me, this was really fun. Let's see, we got 5 films left, so that must have been 10. Next up was a sleeper film not many people watch, but Dark Skies, about aliens. Another genre I'm a big fan of, and it stars this family who starts having trouble with their teenage boy who just is starting to get into trouble, and then a family begins having weird happenings happen to them, and aliens and cool things ensue. It has the guy who won Best Supporting Actor this year, the State Farm guy. No, Farmers Insurance guy. He's also in Juno and Law and Order, I think. J.K. Simmons? Is that his name? Yeah, I think it's J.K. Simmons. He played J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies. Small part in this, but fun role. And I dropped it. Whatevs. Keep going on here. I put Cabin in the Woods in here. That really cool lenticular cover. I felt this was a really fun idea. Speaking of which, Joss Whedon's getting sued for this movie because some guy's claiming copyright infringement. Thought this was really cool. Film that explained the reason why the horror film genres happen. It was kind of cool seeing how that all these horror tropes happen because they need to fend the gods, ancient gods. Really fun film. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend checking it out. Alright, so we'll keep going. 3 films left. These are my top 3. Number 1 here is Trick or Treat. Well, not number 1. Number 3 is Trick or Treat. Great anthology film. I just love this film. It's really cool. It's about just the happenings on a Halloween night in a rural town. So check it out. Next here is Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. One of my favorite films, comedy horrors that came out recently. It's hilarious. Tyler Levine stars in this. He's the chunky guy. You might recognize him from Rise of the Planet of the Apes. No, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Deadbeat on Hulu. He's the chunky guy in Zack and Miri Make a Porno that comes into the coffee shop and talks about Ben Roethlisberger. This is a hilarious movie about how miscommunications happen, and people think that these 2 hillbillies are murderers just because of the way that they act. Alright, last film in this set. My favorite horror film of the last 15 years goes to Lord of Tears. Highly recommend this film if you can find it. This version went out of print, but they are printing out a new version pretty soon. This is a film, it's kind of like a haunted house-esque film that has been marketed around a lot, especially on like Chat Roulette, YouTube. They've done prank videos about this the Owl Man. I highly recommend this. It's a UK flick. I got number 1438. I think it's out of 1,500 copies because I picked this up around when they ended. The run of this version. So, that's my top 15. So the people I'm going to tag in here, I'm going to call them by their real names because I don't have their YouTube channels offhand, is, I'm going to put Brett, I believe he's Mr. Horror Fiend? Something like that. And, Rob, who's Horror Freak something. I'll tag their channels down below. They haven't done much, and I'm hoping that this tag will get them back in the game. If not, I could possibly be the end of this. Whoever sees this, I also want you guys to tell me your 15 tops. And tell me what you think of the films I talked about below. Bye.